I am Lady Stars and Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is the weekly Rune cast for June 6th through the 13th. I was woken up earlier this morning at 4:41 a.m. There's been a number for me the last few days, the 4:41. But that's also speaking to us of, in a sense, the bigger picture, looking at that bigger picture. I was woken up and we started putting information. Spirit just jumped in me basically, and has been putting information about astrology out all over Facebook, and now they're bringing me out for the Rune cast. So I'm in a little bit of a merge. So yeah, my energy's really high right now. But I think it's really a good thing what they're trying to get out and bring to us in the Rune cast. However, before I get into the Rune cast, it is all about healing, and it is all about uplifting that vibration for that better situation within our life, bringing our vibration of our life into a higher vibration. However, that is rarely done without it not being some learning and some healing, which means those pains of those lower energies are coming out. And that explains, I mean, it makes sense because today is 6/6, June 6th. It's a double digit in numbers. It speaks to us of the number of 6 and what it means magnified, basically. And then we still have 3 days left before the full moon in Sagittarius, as well as Jupiter goes direct. The reason I'm saying that is because you can go back and check out my Facebook page. I posted about Jupiter going direct and those last minute messages that are coming in, because that also will help you understand what the Rune cast is talking about when we work through what the Rune cast is going to be discussing. Now, before I actually go into the Rune cast, as always, Spirit has a little bit of information to give me. They are giving me, because shamanically they were giving me an H. And H can stand for, in the angel numbers, it can stand for harmony and balance. But it also can stand for your very connection with your mental telepathy. Basically, it can deal with one or the other, or maybe even both. That's up for you to decide. I'm just giving you what the H could possibly mean. They are also showing me the Pisces symbol, which means we have a lot of energy coming from that Pisces energy right now. And that's your water energy. I said a couple weeks ago that I was shown that we are moving into the water energy, being the higher ranking of the energies of the 4 directions, because that water energy is bringing that healing and lifting those other directions up to its vibration. Sorry, hair in my mouth. But the Pisces symbol also speaks to us of fish. So that also for our Christians out there, that speaks to the symbol of the fish relating to your religion. So that might have some information for you directly. Spirit also, because like I said, I am in a merge at this moment. This is why I'm so hyper. Spirit also is speaking to us of our heart chakra, our solar plexus, and our sacral chakra. Because they're reaching in and they're grabbing my heart, as in, this is the most important one right now. However, you need to get them in line. Like I was saying in the other video, if your root chakra is off balance, or your sacral chakra is off balance, and you're not in full straight alignment, you're going more like this than being able to work truly clear from a clear channel. And they're showing me, or what they're making me feel in this merge is like humidity and breathing right in with my heart. And what this is speaking to us of, when you take it on a spiritual level, is the pressure that the heart is under versus the solar plexus, our very will, and forgiveness and moving on, and comfortability of our freedom within our sacral chakra. This is what we are searching for, is the healing within that. I'm also being shown a horse. I'm being shown a horse, which typically is just a horse running. But in the shamanic journeying, I'm being shown a horse, and typically horse speaks to us of freedom, grounding, and of stability. However, the horse is not running like running. It's just kind of like moving along in its own freedom. basically, is what I'm being shown. And I'm shown a tree from a very far distance away, like it's hard to find. They are telling me also, before I go into the rune cast, that the rest of this week is going to have a lot to do with what choices you make within your physical action, within your physical life, will change the physical actions that you are making right now. Right away. Are going to make a lot of difference as to, you know, the manifestation that you are creating within your life. Basically, so pay attention to what you are physically thinking in your actions and saying and doing. I'm also being told to watch out for what is fake heat. And when I say fake heat, what it is they put in me the smell of fake heat. And what that means is like when it's cold and you're in your car and you've turned the heater on, you get a specific smell that comes with the heater. Whether it's in your car, whether it's in your home, it's heat and it's bringing warmth, but it's not natural heat. It's man-made heat. And they're saying watch out for fake heat, because heat is our fire. Are we coming from the liberating, loving, soulful freedom that is soul? Or are we coming from our narcissistic side and we're creating fake heat, is what they're giving me. They're telling you to pay attention to what is true heat, fire element, versus fake heat. Because what they are doing to me right now is the merge is making my world spin to the right, which is forcing me to see and deal with the fire element. But then I feel like my body is dropping to the right. And this is speaking to us of that fire energy, our fire energy, our action energy, our everything that is that fire element. Are we bringing it to a positive energy, or are we lowering ourselves within that fire energy, within that aggressive action, within our physical actions, like I always said that they are telling us? And lastly, I'm being told also to for those of you who like your crystals, this might be a good time to get a hold of your unconditional love crystals, your rose quartz, your rhodonite. And for those of you who have them and can handle them because of the strength that they can bring, your moldavite. I'm being told you might want to keep them near and close to you. Now, before I get into the rune cast, I am not pulling from the runes. I have normally 5 sets of runes that I do my rune cast with, and I spread them around me. However, I'm going directly from the book. The book is always more powerful. I get a more direct answer from the book when the book speaks. However, the book doesn't always speak. But I'm in a merge right now, shamanically. And before I came out, they showed me northeast. I'm going to go over some other areas that they might highlight because of me being in this merge right now. But I'm going over northeast first, because this is the first one that they show you. It looks like a T, but it's tilted. And northeast speaks to us of the need of the fire and to distress that fire. It is determination, endurance, and our survival. It is a presence of the situation of something that must be worked through. Karma and karmic obstacles that must be overcome. Lilith is facing off the sun all week. Lilith is your dark moon. She is, I'm sorry Lilith, but she's ego. She is fully ego. She is, you know, you can't tell me what to do. Nobody owns me. I'm going to do as I damn well please, and that's that. And that can be a very positive energy for giving you the fire to, you know, stand up for yourself and, you know, and move forward in that way. However, you want to make sure that you're doing it in a positive way, in the liberating, soulful, loving way that's good for yourself and others, not a narcissistic way. And that is where Lilith, the dark moon, comes into her issues. She gets into narcissistic very easily. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to put you down, Lilith, so please don't be pissed off at me. I'm just passing on what astrology says. Anyway, that's right now we're facing off the sun and we're facing off Sirius. Sirius speaks to us of karma. Okay, that's your core. That's Lilith. and the egotistical side of narcissism versus liberating. Basically, Sirius is speaking to us of karma, the cause and effect of it, as well as are you doing things for the correct nurturing way, the mothering way within your life and your family, or not? And it's going to point itself out. We go back to Northeast again. It speaks to us of the great change that will awaken within us to change and show powers that we already had that we did not know we had. It is invoking of that inner fire. This is why I said Spirit is showing me in the shamanic area right now that fire is on its lower level. You need to lift that level and make sure you're not in the narcissistic side. We are showing that we have the power inside to be as strong as we truly are and lift up and evolve. Northeast is also speaking to us of it is look for someone who may be having a hard time or is struggling. Its interpretations are resistance and friction. That's speaking directly with Sirius, cause and effect. Resistance, friction, resistance, strengthening the will of our fire from within. Just as long as you're not doing it from a narcissistic level, you're fine. The need to banish the cold and to warm your fire. It speaks to us of changing stress into strength, action according to the need for the most positive self-reliance through our positive actions and dealing with the need from within those circumstances. It is the rune of overcoming our karma, our skills of survival and preservation. Meeting necessary requirements and manifesting created from its very absence. It is every challenge is just a measure of one's hidden strength. That's an important line right there. Every challenge in our life is a message, is a measure of just what our hidden strengths are. That's why it's a challenge. Because you're overcoming them to find out what those hidden strengths are and rising them up and out of you. This is about breaking addictive patterns, realizing what it is we feel and we thought that we lacked. We don't lack. It is us. It's within us. We just got to go back and find it and pull it out of us. Now, I'm also being shown that right now we're also going to be dealing with Tawaz. It looks like a T. Tawaz is honor, justice, leadership, analysis, and rationality. It is the polar star. It is the mineral world. It is air. This is fire and air coming together. It is focuses on matters of adherence, principle, victory through wisdom and social order and of justice. Points to the need for the seasoned approach. This is not losing your mind and just reacting. That's where fire is meeting air. Air is telling you calm down and make sure that you're making the right decisions for the right decisions. Not just because you're being narcissistic and ego driven at the moment. It's an indicator also of your own ESP, your scientific levels, as well as your ability for analysis. It indicates the presence also of a strong man or a weak man that might be coming into your life who thinks that its strength is by controlling others. Its interpretations are of social order, law, justice, the polar star, personal sacrifices, the notion of your own independence, the order of existence in which it is that we all belong to. Oneness, baby. Let me turn this a little bit so I'm not quite as blurry or spotty from the sunlight. It's speaking to us of cooperating even though we are separate working units. That brings us back to the ant medicine. The ant medicine that was in the first video, speaking to us of community, patience. Each one has a very important part to play. This also speaks to us of loyalty, faith in the principle, and your necessary protocol and oath-taking. The oath-taking may be to yourself. Analysis, methods, courage, planning, and precision. But this could also be dealing with military action as well, victory and battle and weaponry. Objective for the judgment, the good judgment. For social discipline leads to self-discipline. Social discipline leads to self-discipline. Man, we all need help with patience from time to time. This is what this is about. Your own social discipline leads to self-discipline, socially as well as personally. It is service to the greater need, the warrior, and the very social cause. Now, I'm also being shown, lastly, is Jebo. But before I go into Jebo, I'm going to validate the book doesn't have anything else to say. Because, like I said, the book tends to speak up, and with me, actually, I'm starting to come out of the merge now. So they're telling me mainly I've gotten most of the information, but he's still with me. It's saying that you're also going to reveal harsh difficulties and experiences which will lead you to powerful lessons right now. I'm just going through and giving the specific information that's given, not the rune. Because this is just additionally what Spirit is passing out. This is, they're telling us also to deal with, we are at this moment going to be feeling that both intense consideration and detachment that are needed to deal with that situation. Like I said, it's about liberation versus narcissism, about moving out into a more positive way. They're speaking to us of what's going to be bringing itself up to us right now also is situations of denial, deprivation, and hardship are lifting so that you have to work through them. And it says it's also speaking to us of showing the presence of someone who is coming into their magical power, their personal power, their shamanic understanding. Endurance and sacrifice of the rights of that transformation. That's speaking to you directly of Pluto right now, which is in Capricorn, setting the proper foundation, trying to get out of that blurry piece of where the sun is coming through. This is speaking to us of setting the foundation in Capricorn for where Pluto and Juno are sitting in your own personal life, creating the proper foundation, the commitment that it needs to do this, as well as understanding Pluto is all about change, letting go of the old, death, decay, and destruction for the change, for the renewal, and the rebirth to take place. And they're gone. So now all that is left is for me to go over the last rune, and that is Jebo. They are reminding us in Jebo, once I find Jebo, Jebo also looks like an X. So you have the one that looks sideways like an X, and then you have Jebo, which is the gift, the gifting price, exchange, and fire. It focuses on hospitality and generosity, things given and things received. It may indicate someone who feels they are being controlled or kept hostage within a situation, or it is the person who's feeling like they are coming into their magical gifts. This means if you are not learning the lesson, if you are staying in your narcissistic side right now and you're not learning the lesson that Jebo is trying to teach, you're not coming into that oneness and moving forward, you may find that you're in that position right now where you feel like you're stuck in a hostage situation. And if you're stuck in the hostage situation, that's because you're not learning the proper lesson. Because once you start figuring out what that lesson is, you're going to find yourself coming into feeling your own special gifts, within that magical exchange. This Jumbo also speaks to us of the symbol that shows where something is given, it must also be given back. It is the understanding of both giving and receiving. Where something has been received, it must be also returned, or something must be offered. Sacrifice and generosity. It is in a form marriage, but is the marriaging, the contract of that very marriaging, the giving, the giving and receiving, the gifting of something that is unasked for. It is a gift and its obligations. This is the North Node also talking to us right now, because the North Node is now in Leo, and I keep saying in Leo right now that North Node is speaking to us from the Leo perspective, and Leo is the king of the jungle, but the king of the jungle also has the heart of the lion. And in order to understand this as far as service goes, this means simply that the lion may be the king of the jungle, but it has responsibilities to its leadership and to those who it protects, which puts it back into service first. The courage of the heart. We are also speaking in Jumbo of the gift and its obligations, is what I was talking about. Hospitality or hostage. It is taken and given energy. It is that shared energy, serene ecstasy. But it may also speak to us of sexual energy as well, because it's a fire element. It also is the honoring of contracts, one's given word, receiving graciously. I'm going to learn to talk one day. And most of all, receiving, giving and receiving as divine principles. Because the most important thing, being alive is a gift. Be thankful for it. It is a lesson. But it's a lesson that you want, because there's so much to learn. Hugs and kisses, everybody. I love you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.